After dark, New York City can be such a brilliant sight. By day, it's often a very different picture. Bright lights are replaced by brown skies and black smoke. This scene is not unique. Atlanta, Denver, Los Angeles, every major city in this nation faces a pollution crisis.
The main cause of this dirty air is our beloved automobile. Cars, trucks, and buses account for up to 80% of urban pollution that threatens our health and the health of our children. The health dangers are so serious that they've prompted the enactment of recent national clean air standards. Newer cars are built to run leaner. Even new gasolines emit less pollution, but with 520 million cars and trucks operating around the world, something even cleaner is needed. The Clean Air Act amendments of 1990 and the National Energy Act of 1992 both require government and fleet vehicles to switch to alternative fuels. And they encourage us to consider what we're driving. Well, consider this: a car that runs on natural gas. It's the same clean fuel that cooks our food and heats our homes. And it isn't something in the distant future, it's a proven technology that is here right now.
There are more than 700,000 natural gas vehicles, or NGVs, running on natural gas around the world. There are thousands of NGVs right here in the United States, from buses to vans, pickups, and passenger cars. These reliable NGVs have been logging miles for close to 30 years. Natural gas is the cleanest fuel available today. It exceeds federal EPA standards on every level. Whenever natural gas is used instead of gasoline, reactive hydrocarbons are reduced by 80%. Nitrogen oxides come down by 30%. These are the two key ingredients in the creation of what we all know as smog. Almost all of the carbon monoxide in our air comes from cars and trucks. With natural gas, it is reduced by 95%. As much as 60% of a gasoline-powered car's pollutants are evaporative emissions, which occur when the car is either idling or being refueled. There are no evaporative emissions with natural gas.
Why do we care about these pollutants? Well, smog affects our overall health. Our lungs, our heart, not to mention our immune system and our nervous system. It's bad stuff. And it gets worse. Carbon dioxide is another tailpipe emission that contributes to global warming. This is greatly reduced with natural gas.
And there's more. Diesel exhaust. That black, stinky smoke is filled with minute particulates, tiny particles of carbon that can be deadly. These particles harbor cancerous chemicals that are so small they can easily pass into the lungs. Running buses on natural gas really helps to eliminate diesel exhaust. You won't see any black smoke here.
To reach this level of pollution reduction, you'd think they'd have to redesign the entire automobile. Not hardly. NGVs drive the same as any other car, and why not? The engines are about the same as any other car.
One difference is that gasoline must be turned into a vapor to burn, while natural gas is already in its vapor state. It simply has to be mixed with air. The only other major difference is how the fuel is stored and delivered to the engine. Instead of a gasoline tank, the fuel is stored in gas cylinders. It's compressed so that a large supply can be kept in relatively small containers. Natural gas flows under its own pressure to a mixer. The pressure is then reduced before entering the engine's combustion chamber.
Not only is the engine similar to a gasoline-powered vehicle, there's also no compromise in performance. The NGVs can travel the same miles per gallon at the same speed as the conventional cars.
In fact, with a high-octane rating of 130, they can even outperform their gasoline counterparts. This natural gas race car can turn the quarter mile in 9.9 seconds at 142 miles per hour, and it has enough winning trophies to prove it. Along with solid road performance, natural gas vehicles start up easier than their gasoline counterparts in all kinds of weather. This is a direct advantage of already having a fuel in a gaseous state. So where do these cars come from? Where else? Detroit. This is one of many shipments of dedicated natural gas vehicles. Original equipment manufactured by America's big three automakers. Although NGVs have been around for some time, the Clean Air Act paved the way for research on improved technology. The result? Dedicated engines utilizing the latest in automotive technology. However, if you can't find your preferred vehicle as a dedicated NGV, conversions of gasoline vehicles can be done very easily. Successful conversions of gasoline and diesel cars, trucks, and buses have been an option for many years, and the technology continues to improve. Another conversion option is a bi-fuel NGV. These vehicles can operate on either natural gas or gasoline, making refueling a little more convenient. You may not have seen any of your neighbors driving an NGV yet, but you probably have seen some fleet vehicles that are NGVs. Fleet vehicles account for most of the NGVs on America's roads today. That's because these vehicles don't rely on the retail gasoline network for their fueling needs. Since they all return to the same spot in the evening, it's convenient to refuel them overnight using a slow fill method. For fast fill refueling, natural gas can be found at more and more public service stations across the country. Nearly every major service station company has started installing natural gas islands because access to natural gas is easy. It's just a matter of connecting a compressor to an existing pipeline, one that can be found on almost any street. Refueling with natural gas is just as easy as refueling with gasoline. It's also cleaner and safer. Unlike gasoline refueling, no harmful vapors escape with natural gas. Because natural gas is under pressure, the connector locks into place. Dispensers like this give you a fast fill, about the same time it takes to fill up with gasoline. In the near future, slow fill dispensers will be available for use right at your home. That means no more side trips to the local gas station. And like any gas appliance, the dispenser connects right to the house gas line. Well, that was fast and relatively painless. On average, natural gas costs 20 to 30 cents less than gasoline for the same gallon equivalent. NGVs also save money in the maintenance department. There are fewer oil changes and less tune-ups. This results in less wear and tear on the engine. Now, the economic advantages of natural gas don't just stop there. NGVs are healthy for the environment and the economy. Now, at the moment, we run our cars mostly on imported oil. Oil that cost us $55 billion American dollars in 1992 alone. Yet there's enough natural gas in North America to meet our vehicle fuel needs well into the next century. Now, that's national security. Buying American fuel helps to fuel the American economy. More money is invested in U.S. businesses and jobs instead of going overseas. As a domestic product, our supply of natural gas is not vulnerable to world events the way OPEC oil is. And less dependence on foreign oil will reduce the risk of one of the worst kinds of environmental disasters, oil spills. Natural gas is safe for the environment, and it's also safe on the road. In fact, natural gas as a motor fuel has the safest record of any fuel. And there are several good reasons. See, like these balloons, natural gas is lighter than air. In the unlikely event of a leak, well, it would just rise quickly and dissipate into the atmosphere. Now, in contrast, Liquid fuels form combustible pools on the ground, catching fire easily. Natural gas is not easy to ignite. It needs a much higher temperature than gasoline. And another safety plus, natural gas is non-toxic to breathe and to touch. Safety is also designed into the natural gas cylinders. The cylinders are built safer and stronger than any gasoline fuel tank. Natural gas cylinders are designed to meet national standards. These standards surpass U.S. Transportation Department safety regulations. High-caliber bullets can't pierce them. They're fireproof and collision-proof. Safety also extends to other forms of NGVs that we'll be seeing in the near future. Versatility, safety, economy, dependability, performance, and clean air. The energy that's been fueling America's homes for over a century is making a difference today on America's roads and highways. A difference that you can see and breathe. It's a great start on the road to clean air and more efficient uses of alternative energy.